and frustrated because I came in here to film and I set a bunch of stuff up, and right as I started, my phone died. I film on my phone. So, yeah. That happened, and now it is like 3:40 a.m. and I have been up all night painting myself blue and filming and charging a phone and all of that. And why is this cream soda so foamy? Like, it looks great. It looks great, but there we go. Cream soda. Stonewall's not quite big enough, but maybe I'll just be right here in the frame. Just the thing I'm sitting on. There we go. So, this is A Bard Writes a Poem About You.
Ah, I was hoping you'd come by. Good sir, drinks for my friend and I. Alas, I am a little short. A halfling joke I've heard a lot. Might you be a kindly sort and pay for these, since I cannot?
Sure. Why not? I, swiped this from my most annoying party member.
Poetry, the food of love. Words both fair and true. Tell me, friend, do you enjoy hearing a verse or two?
Oh, of course. I enjoy it most as a song, though.
Well, all have heard of your recent success in epic tales.
I'm sure they have.
But me, I hope to go deeper, learn some new details. I hope to share your life in full, from start to current day. The inside scoop, a true tell-all. So, what do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's start at the dawn of your life. You were a babe in arms. Your parents, were they kind to you, or did they do you harm?
My mom is the best. My father, too. I mean, he's not my biological father. That guy is some genie somewhere. I don't remember ever meeting him.
Sweet living parents make for poor ballads, it's sad to say. If they were good, perhaps they died in some cruel, tragic way?
No, don't kill them in the song. I love them. They're the best.
Yes, I see. Understand. I simply do my best to write compelling openings. Please don't be distressed.
My opening. Oh, it's quite compelling. A genie and a halfling have a love affair. My dad, or I guess my stepfather, confessed he'd always loved her and married her to save her from disgrace.
When you were young, did others tease you, bully you, poor dear?
Oh, they tried. Blue skin and hair in Lariton? It was unheard of. But I was the better prankster.
Or were you much beloved? Or source of other children's fear?
Oh, the other children loved me. Until their parents, scolded them about it. But I could always get on their good side again. The kids, not the parents.
Now, many heroes of the past had destinies, it said, born beneath a prophecy or curse upon their head. At first, did you believe that you were meant for greater stuff? Some auspicious dream or Even wish would be enough.
I mean, he's more powerful than any of these other people's deities. I still do. My biological dad is a freaking genie. I couldn't stay in Lyratis, a small halfling farm village where nothing ever happens. That being said, I'm destined for greatness because I make my own destiny. I'm not gonna sit around and wait for it to happen to me.
I can work with that. Let's jump a bit ahead. How long was it before you left your home and childhood bed?
I left recently. I'm in my late tweens. I know that's a little early to go adventuring at just 27, but I didn't want to wait.
When you went, how did you feel? Joy or some malaise? Did you hightail it out of there? Reflect with wistful gaze?
Oh, I skipped nearly the whole way, singing to myself, floating on air. There were a lot of hugs and tears from my parents before I left, though. They're the best.
Now is the part in any tale where you'd have learned your trade. You must have had some teacher, trainer, some to give you aid. If not, please dig. Your victories were fated. Every hero has a mentor, even if exaggerated.
I studied and practiced a lot. Most of it was luck and the help of my crazy party. A dwarf barbarian named Rune, a halfling monk named Bree, an elf paladin named Thea, and later we were joined by two others, a dragonborn named Saphira, and another halfling rogue, Shiloh. But I'd never have succeeded without them all.
What would you call the greatest lesson learned during this time? What skill or understanding would you take into your prime?
My illusory magic is my favorite skill. Oh, and never dive into unfamiliar water. It could be shallow.
And when you now reflect, how do you feel about that stage? Do memories warm your heart, or do they fill you up with rage? Some youths, you know, will look to ballads as they plan what's next. Should we then encourage them to follow in your steps?
Some of both, I must say. Mostly the former. Good memories. Good times. Quiet lives are so overrated in young life. They're right for older people. But if someone wants to be an adventurer in the great wide world, they should choose to do it.
When did violence start to rear its head? Struggle and strife? Tell me, what's the first fight that you won in your whole life?
In my whole life? Gee, I don't know. I've always been fighting the status quo. On my adventures, though, I slayed some hyenas just outside of the town where I would meet my party. Later that day, I jumped from a tree and floated down. At the same time, swung my rapier and beheaded the foul beasts. Turned to the other, fought it, and a ranger helped me at the end of the fight. But it turns out he was the bad guy pulling the strings of our adventure. We didn't know that for months.
Nature has a balance, so each win must have a cost. Tell me also of the first battle you ever lost.
Well, we didn't plan our attacks together, and in the chaos of it, we found ourselves having to fight our own spells along with the monsters we were facing. It was bad. I couldn't see the target and missed every shot.
Now, I must describe you, how your features are designed, so listeners can picture our bold hero in their mind. Great poets can bring imagery to bear with every line. Describing you will surely help my skills in this field shine. What colour would you call your eyes? For then I could compare their lucid depths to molten honey, spring leaves, or stoneware.
Deep blue?
How would you describe your build? A rippling muscled mass? Shapely curves or towering high? A slender blade of grass? We needn't worry quite so much about accuracy. The goal is just to make you sound like quite a sight to see.
Oh, let's be accurate. It'll encourage others. I'm stocky, round-faced, curly-headed, and if I do say so myself, a perfect halfling build. Though I'm a little tall at 5 feet, I blame my Genasi parentage for that.
Now, say a fan who loves my work should happen into you. Might you have a catchphrase or a banner they might view? How could they recognize you if they stumbled across your path? So they could have a portrait made or get an autograph.
Oh, that's easy. Our party is quarter blue, and we're here for you.
You should really prepare yourself for fame to come your way. My ballads, well, they top the charts. At least, they will someday. I hear you've lately had a victory of great renown, but every bard will sing of that. I would dig further down. Please think of some past venture that will never leave your mind, that's shaped you, that your memory just cannot leave behind. Victory or tragedy, yes, either will suffice. Winning's good, but it's dramatic if you pay a price. Set the scene. What triggered this adventure at the start? Seeking revenge, some artifact? What made you first take part?
A snake. It kept coming back even after we killed it. Over and over. It was that cursed bow of Shiloh's. Though we heard a Ginny could make it die for good. I didn't dare to hope. Could the lamp we heard rumor of actually contain my own father? Could I use a wish to save my party from that terrible snake? But we were betrayed, and my party was forced to agree to help with a genocide. I showed my disdain. I also didn't want to die. Well, the rest we'll have yet to see.
Now it's time to introduce the villain of the tale. Who stood between your party and your goal, hoping you'd fail?
That party of orcs.
And why did they oppose you? What did your foe have to gain? Could they be sympathetic, or do they want to cause pain?
They'd come to claim their ancestral lands, and they'd insisted on using the lamp for this purpose. I snuck away for tonight only. My party and the orc guard watching us are asleep just upstairs. To share this table with you, not only so you can spread our fame, but so you can warn the townspeople that the bandits on the roads were just the beginning. A militia must be ready and standing by. The defenses must increase. Please, make shelters before the battle begins. I'll do my best to keep the lamp away from them, but I don't know if it'll be enough. These orcs are gonna do anything they can to get these lands back, even though the people living here now weren't the ones that took it. They intend a genocide to kill everyone here. Please, Bard, spread the word so we can save people. But be subtle. They could attack early if they get tipped off.
Now, how did your opponent look? The visuals are something many poets overlook. I hope they had some facial hair. A villainous goatee? Perhaps I'll write they had one. It makes them sound beastly.
Brutish for sure. Huge and numerous.
Now, for the final moments, the dramatic ending scene. I must invoke your senses. What was felt and heard and seen. What can you still remember from the moments at the end? The scent of smoke? The dying wheeze of one you once called friend?
It hasn't happened yet. I hope it all ends well, though.
Whew. I really think this poem's headed for acclaim. Soon every hall and tavern will be ringing with my name. I mean, your name. Now, it needs a title. Something noble. Something grand. Do you have a better name? Something not quite so bland? Some call me Clover Honeytongue. Not many, but still some. By what such name would you be known, if you had such a one?
The Blue Maiden? The Giggling Breeze.
Well, this has been delightful. I'm sure this tale will wow. This will be great exposure. Truthfully, you owe me now. I often take commissions, yet I'm writing yours for free. Make sure to tell your friends, in case they'd like such a story. Wait, is that the guard?